Welcome back, Crypto Crew. Sunday morning, June 22nd, 2025. And the U.S. has got involved in the Iran Israel conflict. Lots of things are happening right now. We got Bitcoin that is threatening to come into and kiss the CME market gaps. We got an important level that needs to hold for the bulls. So let's get right into it. All right, welcome back, Crypto Crew. It's your boy Tom here, bringing you the hottest crypto and Bitcoin action. If you like what you see, give us a like. Make sure you hit subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure you follow us on X, where we talk about Bitcoin and crypto all day, every day. All right, let's get into it. We've been talking about this 2-day chart that I like to look at. We had the early warning level. I'm going to put a little circle around it this time, right? Actually, I'll use the brush. We have an early warning level right at this level here. We said that this level needed to hold and get up above 106. It did get up above 106, but then it came down and consolidated, which at the time looked like a great thing. When we came back up to the resistance, the market knew something that we didn't, and they pounded it. Once it broke down through this low, we're threatening the most important level on the chart right now, right here at 100,351. Now, we just pierced through it. This level right now is being battle tested as we speak. It's so far it's holding. It's not, it hasn't broken yet. But however, if it does go, yes, we could drift into that first CME market gap. As you know, a lot of people were thinking. I personally was thinking that if we got through 112, we weren't going to revisit this. However, market and the world threw us a curveball, so this is where we stand right now. All right, so let's address the 600-pound gorilla in the room. We had Bitcoin trades on, and we had Ethereum trades on. Those trades did get liquidated. Okay, right now, I think that we were just early. We weren't wrong. The long positions got liquidated, but listen, trading without losses is like living life only breathing in and not breathing out. Okay, losses happen, but shakeouts create clarity. Okay, so now we're preparing for our next campaign. So as I said, right now the most important level on this chart is 103.72. Now it's still holding, and it's been touched. I don't like that it's been touched. I don't like it because, however, if we were in a true bull market, we would have maybe came close to it and reversed up. Now we're touching it, so that really makes me feel like potentially we can go into these gaps. But just stay tuned with us. Stay with us. We'll let you know. Right now, we don't know if we're going to do it. If things heat up in the Middle East, of course, we can do it. So right now we are still in a technical win because we haven't broken through it, but touching it is not really good. Okay, actually went down a little bit below it, and that's always my early warning, like saying up, something is up here. All right, so let's talk about what we talked about yesterday. We talked about the Iran-Israel conflict. The first conflict back in 2024 brought us down 12%. Right now we're down about 9-10% so far. So the chart is actually saying, yeah, we got some room to move down and potentially get into those CME gaps, but we're not panicking if we get down there. We are already saying we already know what we're going to do. We're gonna buy the coin. Okay, we're just bulls on the coin. We still are in an upward movement. If you point back to our old chart with the Andrews pitchfork, it's actually showing that long term the market's just following geometry. It's going to take a while before it runs its course, but we're not panicking. All right, so yesterday we said that the Middle East war headlines hit and boom, panic in the streets, right? So Bitcoin dumped about 9% on the news. Like I said, in 2024, the same thing happened. It was a 12% move downward. And then we hit all-time new highs of the 112, okay? So war, fear is the ultimate shakeout, but shakeouts don't end bull markets. They ignite them, all right? I'm going to take you back into the past a few times here, and I want to show you this. Look, the start of the Ukraine war, back in 2022, right after the Ukraine war began, Bitcoin ripped 42% in 35 days. And that was a bear market. All right. Now it's 2025. We're over 100K. We're holding the 100K level right now, the big psychological level. We're holding it. I'm not saying we can't dip down to the 97 or the 92. And I believe that would be an incredible opportunity. Incredible opportunity for those of you that didn't get long or want to add to your portfolio, in my opinion. Okay, in my opinion, because that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm not saying you should follow me. I'm just saying that's what I'm going to be doing. So just keep your eyes wide open. Don't go into this thing with eyes wide shut. Keep your eyes wide open. Keep your focus on the charts. All right. Now, I'm going to take you back even further, and we have to use the S&P for this. Only Frank could do this. Okay, only our technician Frank could do this. Insane research. Okay, insane research. And what it is if we look back at the start of the Vietnam War in 1957. Now this is even before I was born. In 1957, after the Vietnam War got priced in, okay, the S&P pumped 18% in 280 days. Afghanistan War. Okay, I was around for this. Okay, I was a younger man. I wish I could go back to that time. 189 days, the start of the Afghan War, we pumped again 15% upward. Okay, after the world digested the news. Okay, now back in time again, the Ukrainian War, 12% pump in 35 days. So markets don't fear war. Okay, once it happens, they start to price it in, and then the market's going to follow the path of least resistance. Now, since we're in a bull trend, I do believe that the market's going to rally. Fear is loud, but the charts are louder. And I want to just show you something here. This is quite interesting. All right, we have this up on our X post, and everyone's focused on the fear. Okay, but behind the scenes, Bitcoin, a single wallet just bought 39 million in Ethereum across multiple wallets. That's 17,070 Ethereum. Smart money isn't scared. They're getting positioned. Now, I want to talk about this creep, Jerome Powell here. This dude is out of excuses. Okay, inflation's under control, but war, risk, and slowing growth are piling up. He's out of excuses. Waiting is no longer safe for him. His next move is to cut rates or get fired. I think that he should be replaced. He's a globalist, and all he cares about is his agenda, not the agenda of the American people or the people of the world. And that's just my personal opinion. I think he's a skunk. Okay. So anyway, let's go on to good old Ethereum. Like I said, we got taken out of our long Ethereum trade. We are preparing another campaign. And as you know, we have live streams on Wednesdays and on Saturdays. And I'm sure Justin's going to have a game plan for you. So make sure you join the live stream. And we'll talk about that a little bit later in the video. But however, Wyckoff is whispering, go. Okay. The creek has been somewhat attempted to be crossed. Okay, now we're sitting right at the test level. It's okay if it comes down, as long as it doesn't. Let me move this out of the way right here. As long as it doesn't bypass this spring, we're in good shape. Okay, so right now is the next stop. Is if we can get across this creek, we got the markup phase. Okay, institutions accumulate when retail freaks out. Now I want to show you this right here. Let's go over to the old fear and greed. Okay. This is another indicator. The marketplace is leaning towards fear, which is good because for us longer-term traders and traders that pay attention to this, we like them to be fearful because we can catch them off sides. You know, if we go to the bull market, peak indicators, again, 0 out of 30 a hit. All right, so everything is still in play for us. We didn't expect, you know, the Americans, the U.S. to actually bomb Iran last night. It was, for me, it really took me off guard. I actually fell for the head fake. I thought he was giving him 2 weeks, and I was actually hoping that they would come to the table and say, yeah, all right, let's build condos instead of nuclear warheads. But, hey, they decided not to do it. So Trump, sneak attack. All right, so here we go. If we go total crypto market, all right, I want to point this out. Everybody's waiting. waiting. We're all waiting. Myself, I'm getting a little bit tired of waiting. But like I said last night, I bought XRP, I bought AXL, I bought, you know, a lot of little adding to my positions. You know, so and H bar. H bar is like one of my favorites now. I really like what's happening with that project. So I got long it. Anyway, that's just me. All right. So right now, this is the third time in 10 years we've seen this structure across total crypto market cap. Each of the last two times, okay, we seen here was the COVID crash, and then we seen the breakout. All right, 2016 we had the retracement and we had the breakout. Now this time, okay, it's 2025. The structure is intact, it's still intact. All right, pressure is rising, and the rotation into altcoins is just beginning, in my opinion. So you either position early or you chase the wick late. I mean, I'd rather be in early and go through a little bit of the nonsense as long, I have conviction in this. So I'm just not like, I don't just take positions and close positions. I don't watch every like penny that happens on the chart. Some people are so focused watching just like every little tick means something to them. It doesn't. You got to look at the overall forest for the trees. All right. So before we wrap up, crew, we got to make sure that you're well aware of our free trading community. What you do is you just click this link here. You'll be taken over to this site where you can join. Now, we'll be dropping insane alpha. We'll be talking about overall trading ideas in this community. And of course, you have access to the live stream that happens on Wednesdays and Saturdays. I suggest you get in on this Wednesday because we're going to be talking about all the things that we went through. And like I said, trading without losses is like living life, only breathing in, never breathing out. And our philosophy is on to the next. And we're starting a campaign again. We're starting to figure out where we want to get in. Now, if you want to follow us on our broker of choice, you can come on over, click this link right there. You'll be taken over to WeX. Now, although we got stopped out, I have to say one thing. We got stopped out exactly where we had our stop. There was no slippage. Everything was perfect. Just as they got us out of a really good trade near the top, they took us out of our longs right where we asked them to. So that's pure professionalism on their part. And I can't stress enough, this is a really good broker. All right, so make sure that you come on over to X. Follow us on X, where we talk about Bitcoin and crypto all day, every day. And remember, always do your own research. Trade with your head, not over it. Keep your face in the chart. Stay sharp. Stay focused. Just trade your trading plan. And remember, as a short-term trader, enjoy the party, but dance near the door. Cheers.